Tendon to drain. Making a yeast starter on my nice fancy stir plate. Hey YouTubers, happy Beer Fun Friday. Just have water right now, I don't have a beer in hand. Finally, it's been probably over 2 months. Finally got a brew day in today, so I'm making my smash beer. So I just shot some footage of it. So it's a little long, if you can bear with me. Also, I had some questions between refractometer and hydrometer. I just finally started using a refractometer, and it's not quite configured yet, so I know it's off by at least a brick. I just have to get a smaller screwdriver so I can adjust that. But maybe you guys can give me advice, you guys that use refractometers, what I should do when I first buy it as far as dialing it in properly. I just put drops of water on it, and it started off at 1 brick. Do you guys think it'd be a better idea to go out and buy some apple juice and put some in a hydrometer tube, use my hydrometer and my refractometer, and just configure them so they're equal? I don't know if that would be a better idea or not, because as you can see in my brew day, I definitely had some fluctuations. It was at least off by 0.007, I think, at least, maybe even a little bit more than that. So I ended up going with my hydrometer readings. But if you can, bear with me, watch my footage, skip through it a little fast if you want, and then I will be back with you guys. Thanks. Okay, I'm brewing some beer today. I'm doing my smash beer. It's going to be a basic recipe. Just, let me hit the timer a second. So I'm heating up my sparge water right now. So anyhow, so I'm heating up my sparge water right now. Let me get this set back up a second. It's at 172 right now. This says 172. I'll let it go just for another minute. But this is basically very simple. It's just going to be 13 pounds of two-row, and then all Cascade. And I'm tweaking this recipe a little bit. I added about another half ounce of hops into this just because I felt like it wasn't could hardly get any hops out of the last smash beer, so I'm going to up the hops a little bit by, like I said, a half percentage or a half ounce or so. Half ounce or so, and then I'm also going to dry hop this one. So I'm getting ready to pour in my strike water, and then I'm going to mash in. Okay, so back to the recipe a second. So this is basically just 13 pounds of two-row. I'm going to be putting an ounce of Cascade in at 60, half at 30, half at 5 or at 15, and then another half at 5. So, and then I plan on dry hopping this one too with 2 ounces, which I didn't do last time, and I really think the smash beer could have used it just for that little extra kick. And then here's all my grain that I did yesterday. And it smells fantastic right now. I just dumped in my strike water, just warming up my mash tun a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and mash in. Okay, we're done with the mash in. It's looking good. We're sitting at about 152 right now, and that's about what I was shooting for. As you can see, it's fluctuating a little bit, so now we're going to start the hour timer. And we're probably about 30 minutes or so into the mash, and you can still see it's holding. Been kind of fluctuating between 151 153, but so far we're holding pretty well on the mash. Like I said, I was targeting 152, so I'm pretty happy with that so far. Another thing I've shown you guys before, I use brewery timers, so you can see I've put in all my settings in there now. Just waiting for my mash to finish. I'll add in a second mash too, because I batch sparge. I'll throw that in there too for 15 minutes. And then another thing I wanted to show you guys was just the, I showed you guys this, but basically I'm targeting this beer to be a 5.3% and then a little under 35 IBUs. That's kind of the plan. So we'll see how that turns out when it's time. You know, there still is a little under 25 minutes left in the mash. Okay, you can see I just have about a little over 3.5 minutes left on the mash. And this did dip down in the last 10 minutes, but it's still sitting at 149. So I'm sure you guys love the whole chicken thing there too, but this is the timer I have. So in a few minutes I am going to start my Vorloff and reheat my sparge water. Alright, so I'm heating up my sparge water and then I'm just doing my first Vorloff. I mean, you can see it's still, obviously there's a good amount of grain still in there, but so I will probably boil off about 3 times or so until it's pretty clear, and then I will drain that off and then start my batch sparge. Okay, I'm on my 3rd boil off, and there's still a little particle coming through. Definitely clearing up quite a bit, but I took granted I don't have my refractometer completely dialed in yet. I just went ahead and did a first runnings look. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's pretty clear, it's not too bad. And we were coming in at 21 bricks, which from my understanding, I would have to look it up, but I believe, you multiply it by 4, which would be 84, so 1084 for first runnings. So if that really is the case, that's pretty high, so we'll have to see what the second runnings come out at, but there goes my timer again. I'm just heating up my sparge water. Okay, it's at 1085, so, and I believe, what's this saying? This says to go to 183, so looks like I can probably kill this because I'm getting ready to drain this off anyhow. Alright, so I'm just running off my first runnings right now. So it looks like we're at about 2 gallons or so and still going right now. You can see it's definitely setting down pretty low. And I'm writing down on here, it was actually 22 bricks, if I can do this. Yeah, 22 bricks. Oops, if I can spell. That's actually a C. So 22. So that would actually put it at 1088. But I have not completely calibrated this yet because I don't have a screwdriver that's small enough. So when I just did my water, it came out at 1 brick. So this may be off by a brick. So I'll go ahead and write 22 just because I know that, but it might actually be 21. So looks like this is almost done. Let's see, we are at, let's see here, there's 1, 2, according to this, we're not even at, oh yeah, so we're at about 2.5 right now on these first runnings. It looks like they're about done. Still a little bit more coming out. I'll let this go for a little bit longer and then I'll go ahead and do my batch sparge. Okay, I've dumped in my sparge water and stirred it up good, so I'm just checking the temp. I want to be at 165, so we're still a little high, so I'm going to stir this a little bit more and then start my 15-minute second mash there. Alright, we're at 166 right now, 165 in that area, so I'm going to start my second mash there. So we're going to do that for 15 minutes, boil off again, do second runnings, take a reading, and then start the boil. Alright, second mash is done, and we are boil off in this one. So again, like I did the last one, I'll boil off this 2 or 3 times, and I'm going to go ahead and take another bricks reading of this, maybe on my third boil off. Okay, I just took another reading on my second boil off. Looks like we're at 11 bricks, give or take, with the calibration, which is 1044. Nonetheless, it looks like I'm going to be hitting a little bit higher gravity than I had anticipated. This is coming out pretty clear now, so I don't think I'm going to do a third boil off. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the mash tun and then just start draining right into the kettle. Alright, I just had to stop the second runnings because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we're sitting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 3/4. I may just do a hair more to get about 7, but I don't want to go too much more than that. So we're definitely getting up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm thinking that's probably about a 6.9, so I think I'm going to stop it there. It's kind of loud in here. I'm just at about 165 right now, so I still have a little ways to go for the boil. I messed up on my writing a little bit, but I figured the second runnings was 11 bricks, about 4.15 gallons, so I ended up with 6.9. And I'm doing pre-boil. I went ahead and took a refractometer reading, which came out at 14 bricks, so 1056. But I went ahead and put some in a tube as well, just so I could take a hydrometer reading just to compare the two. So I got that in the refrigerator right now, cooling down, and then I'll take another pre-boil reading just to see how the two compare. So right now we're just waiting for the boil to start, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure out an ounce of hops. Close. We're at 195, 196 and climbing. So when I get close to maybe about 205 or so, I'm going to tone this down a little bit, just because I don't want a huge hot break that's going to overflow this. So almost there though, and I've got my 1 ounce of Cascade measured out. I've got this on low heat. I haven't started my 60-minute timer yet, just because I'm trying to let this break go through a little bit and settle down. Once that happens, then I'm going to start my timer. Alright, I've let this boil for probably about 10 minutes, and I scooped off some of the protein on the top, so we're going to go ahead and add our 1 ounce of Cascade. Ooh, violence. This is so I want to move on to my kegel, just for all that extra room. You can see you're just bordering on disaster always with a 7.5 gallon pot. Oh, I don't know if we're going over or not. I'm going to tone it down just a little. Oh man. I might have averted disaster there. That was about as close to a boil over as you can get. Alright, there's the rest of the 1 ounce. I thought that sucker was boiling over for sure. Man, oh man. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back up, get the boil going again, and get this timer started. So I can turn the alarm off for that Cascade. I just added it, and you can see the next edition is going to be in 30 minutes for Cascade. So I got this back up to a boil, and then I just went out and grabbed my hydrometer. I just wanted to get a reading on this guy. Get that to focus or not, but it's looking like 1042. Maybe 1044. We'll call it 1043. It's about in between. So I'm going to take another refractometer reading off the same thing and then double check the two. So from what I can tell, I still got some work to do on dialing my refractometer because my hydrometer is saying 1043 pre-boil. Even when I do the refractometer, it's coming out at 13.6 bricks, which is still 1054. It's like 544. So it's pretty close to the one I took when it was hot. So even if this is off by 1, they're still about 0.007 or so apart. So I'm just going to have to see if I can't dial this in a little bit better. So I'm thinking for now maybe I should just go with the hydrometer reading as my pre-boil for 1043, and then we'll see. Alright, we're at 30 minutes. We're doing a 1/2 ounce Cascade. Alright, so next is going to be another 1/2 ounce of Cascade. And then my immersion chiller I'm going to put in now. So next up, will be yeast nutrient, Irish moss, and then another 5-minute Cascade. Wow, it's hot. Got about a little over 5 minutes left in the boil. And and this says I should have about 6 gallons post boil. I just took a reading. I'm at about 6.1, 6.2 with 5 minutes to go, so I think we're still in pretty good shape. Measured out my last hop addition, which is another 1/2 ounce. So in that goes. Now we just got 5 minutes left, and then we'll be chilling it. Alright, we're chilling now. We end up with about 6 gallons. Just run this off into my dishwasher. Okay, I'd say we're chilled down pretty well. It's hardly even warm to the touch anymore. So now I'm just filling up the fermenter, and then I will carry this downstairs and put the yeast in it. And you can see I got my laundry going from the water I used, but so here you go. We'll see how much we end up with. We probably had about 6 gallons, but we'll see how much the hops and stuff soak up and how much I end up with. So when this is all done, I have a hydrometer jar sitting in the fridge right now, and I'll take another reading. Okay, I've transferred it down. We're sitting let's say after I put the yeast in, we're going to be at about 5.25 gallons. So let's just move this over here a second. Just give this a real good stir. I went ahead and, did a decent sized, I got a magnet down here too, just, let me get this flipped up. Yeah, doesn't matter. It helps to stop the stir bar when you dump this in. So let's go ahead and get the yeast added. And I was going to cool this down and decant it, I just didn't have time, so this is definitely a pretty good amount. Just making sure I still have my stir bar. But basically what I did is I had 2 pint jars of washed yeast left, and I've had them for a while, so I went ahead and made, about a 1.5 liter starter, and just dump both of them in that and let it go for over 24 hours. So that's done. Alright. Let's get the airlock. Let's get that guy on there. And who knows if I'm going to need a blow-off tube or not. Like I said, it's about 5 1/4. But, I may have over-pitched it a hair. We'll just have to wait and see. Just add some sanitizer in here. Yeah, oop, crap. I'll clean that up. Alright, good enough before I make a mess. Alright, there you have it though. There's my smash beers all done and brewed and put away. Alright, so looking at this, I'm going to call it, let's see if we can see it over here, I'm going to call it about 1050. Not even going to bother with that focusing. So my number, basically starting gravity was supposed to be 1054. And I'm also going to take a quick bricks reading just to see where that's at, but I'll have to run all the final numbers after I get this done. Alright, so there you guys have it. Finally knocked out a brew day. So if you guys have any recommendations for the whole refractometer, configuring it properly so I get proper readings. I just didn't take the time to get that nailed down quite yet. And who knows, I'm hoping the Smash Beer, adjust this, it'd be awesome if that could be the first one I keg. Otherwise, I've got tons and tons and tons of bottles right now still left over. And hopefully I'll get another brew day knocked out. I'm hoping in the next month or so, but we'll have to wait and see. Other than that, this video's already ran way long enough. I'm gonna go make some dinner for the family. Probably do some grilling tonight, and then watch some preseason football. The Lions are playing tonight. And other than that, I'll probably watch some of your guys' videos, enjoy beer, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Cheers.